Beware, you're in Listeners, beware! You're in for a scare! Ooh, it's the Goosebumps. We are watching every episode of Goosebumps podcast.
Goosebumps.
Okay, everyone. We have guests today. We have Nosh. He was on the episode last time. We don't have Squid this time, but instead we have CSD13.
Or CD13.
So, the episode we watched today is It Came From
Squid
Underneath the Kitchen Sink. Yeah, Squid died again. We were going to have Lloyd on this episode, but Lloyd is asleep right now, and we don't know where he is, so it's very sad.
Been unable to track down Lloyd Garmadon.
So, Carson right here, I mean, whatever. Can we say your name? Okay, we can say his name. Carson right here, he hasn't seen the episode we watched, so we told him the title of the episode, which is It Came From Beneath the Kitchen Sink, and he's written the what he thinks that it's about. So, what do you think the episode is?
I had three things I think it. My first guess would be a monster comes from the sink.
Okay.
My next suggestion is that slime comes from the sink.
Okay.
And my third suggestion is that weird doll comes from the sink.
You're wrong on two of them. A monster does come from the sink.
Reader beware.
Hey, Nosh, don't be singing the. Nosh, shut up.
Okay.
Okay. So what the episode is really about is, so this little girl, she moves into her family's new house. You know, she has a dog named Killa.
Wait, isn't the girl's name like Kitten or something?
I don't care what her name is,
Dude,
man.
Name.
She's just
stripper name.
She has another black best friend. I think it's Aaron.
Like Carlo.
I think this is Aaron.
No, it's not. It's Carlo.
No, it's Aaron. This is Aaron. This is a prequel to the last one. Aaron, this is a younger Aaron, and it would explain why he's so used to monsters in the next one.
Dude, that's pretty heavy lore.
Canon series. So So she goes under the kitchen sink, and it turns out this episode is about a killer sponge.
What is it, SpongeBob?
Okay. So it actually the effects on this look terrible, but it actually is pretty gross. It's disgusting looking, and so she gets spooked by the sponge, and then she tells her parents, and this is a cliche we will see a lot in the Goosebumps mythos.
Mother, father, there is a monster.
Yeah, she tells her parents there's a manster, and then they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? There's no manster. Are you psychedelic? Are you taking drugs? What are you? What's wrong with you?" And of course they don't believe her. They're not having it. And that's a cliche we will see in basically every episode of Goosebumps. That's pretty much the whole thing.
Goosebumps.
Also, there's a spooky sponge jump scare, guys. A spooky jump scare. Ooh, goosebumps. It gave me goosebumps.
Fun.
I can't fucking read my. So she tells everyone, the gang, and they're like, "That's no good." And then the doggo finds the spongo. They throw away the sponge by accident, and then it comes back, because it always comes back. And then the doggo, it goes up to the spongo, and it's like, "Yo, pimp, what's up?" And then the spongo eats the doggo off screen.
Wait, it does?
Yeah,
That's
remember,
nice.
it goes like, it disappears.
Chomp.
So there's a very sweet dad scene with the girl, and they're like talking, and it's very sweet on the porch. And then the sponge is back. The sponge. Oh no. Oh, it's a sponge. The doggo is the only woke character. It's the one that noticed there was some crazy sponge shit going on in the first place. I swear that doggo.
Dog lives matter.
Dog lives matter, yeah. Killa is the real woke boy here in this episode. He is the best. And then he gets killed by a sponge. He just got eaten. I'm trying to remember what exactly happens after that. So they find the sponge and they're like, "I'm gonna bury you, 'cause you killed my doggo." So her brother, and the Aaron. So her brother and Aaron, they bury the sponge, and then the sponge gets buried on a small little hole, and it probably wouldn't help hide away the sponge. So that was that, and then the garden dies. Like, it all turns rotten away. It all rots away because the sponge is underground, which is actually really cool because it was in the 90s. So they actually had to somehow turn this garden into a rotten garden, and it actually doesn't look that bad for an episode of Goosebumps.
Running in the 90s.
What did you think, Nosh, of that effect?
It was pretty dumb, just like the whole episode.
Yeah, we'll give our thoughts on the episode at the very end. We're just giving the synopsis of what happens. So she, of course, like in every movie with a spooky creature like gremlins, she takes it to the scientist lady at her school, and scientist lady has the best line. She says, just like I expected, it's a sponge." Dun dun dun.
Really? It was actually a sponge?
Yeah, apparently. So dog dead ass. So they leave the sponge at her place, and I assume that the scientist, fourth grader, teach lady, she gets killed by a sponge. So then they break into the school. They're like, "We gotta get that sponge back, man." So then what happened? I need Nosh to explain. I've been explaining it too much. Come on.
They go into the Baldy's basic school, and then they go to talk to the janitor.
Okay, you're making me want to die. So, janitor, he starts cleaning with the sponge. Oh no! And then he goes and turns on the electricity, and then somehow he just falls over, and apparently he just fucking dies. Somehow.
Effing chat for janitor.
There's no explanation. He just falls over and dies.
Somebody type effing chat
Like
for
this.
our fallen
Oh.
janitor.
So, wait, I forgot. So before this, Aaron, he finds a wacky book, and he says, "Oh, this is a gruel. The sponge is a gruel, which is a bad luck charm demon. So, if you kill the sponge, you'll die because now you own the sponge, bitch." And he also says that
Bitch.
he also finds in the Wacky Willy wacky supernatural book that there's vampire potatoes.
Is that foreshadowing?
Yeah, it is foreshadowing.
Oh really, dude? That's crazy.
You saw the episode.
Wait, is the vampire thingy is the episode with the vampire potato? Is that anime only, or is that canon to the manga?
Dude, did you fucking watch the episode?
Which episode?
The one we're just talking about.
Yes. Oh my god. Because I just asked if, since he said, "Oh wow, there's cooking," or no, there's a vampire potato.
Yeah, there is a vampire potato, and it shows up at the very end. What are you talking about?
Oh, at the very end.
Yeah, did you not see that? That was a vampire
No.
Can I
potato.
get everyone's everyone's opinion on the Goosebumps movie came out a year
Whoa, hold up. No, we can't talk about the Goosebumps movie yet. We can't talk about that. That's gonna be the finale, the series finale of the podcast.
How many episodes are there gonna be?
I don't know.
A bunch.
Wait, so how many episodes do y'all have to watch to get to
A million.
We have no idea. But we'll find out. So, basically, they find out there's a vampire potato and it's a ghoul. It's a bad luck charm. And she can't, if he kills the sponge, she'll die. So, then they have a big standoff with the evil sponge. Some chemicals spill over, and the sponge is growing because of all the negativity. And then they start singing him some songs because they find out the sponge will be weakened by happy songs and happy things, and they're all giving him compliments, and then it shrinks. The sponge shrinks, and then the janitor's like, "Oh whoa, what this?" And the chemicals start poisoning the kids, but they just stand there like, "Oh, chemicals! Oh no!" And he waxes Willy on the chemicals, and they disappear. The chemicals disappear, and then he fire extinguishes chemicals. The chemicals disappear, and then the sponge turns to normal. So then, cuts to next morning, smash cut. Aaron's gone. Now the janitor's still fucking dead. So
Aaron.
even though he came back to life to get rid of the chemicals. So the sponge is now a pet to the little girl, main character, and she sings it a happy tune every morning so it doesn't grow, and puts the little headphones on him and with happy songs playing in the sponge's ear holes. So it's a sponge pet now. So that's good. That's fun. That's always good and fun. So then she goes and the dog goes back. Oh, it's Killa Keemstar. And
let's go right into the bloody news.
So it comes up and it gives her a potato, and she's like, "Oh, whoa, what this?" And it's a vampire potato. Oh, it's a boom, 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 boom. It was a vampire potato, and she screams, and it literally freeze frames and zooms in on her face. So what did you think from the explanation we gave you, Carson? What was it good? Was it bad? Was it good, bad? What did you think?
Wait, the explanation or the episode?
The episode.
I mean, I don't really watch the show, so I don't really know. I'm like, it sounds kind of corny.
Yeah. So, because me and Nosh are intellectuals about Goosebumps, what did you think, Nosh?
It was very dumb and I hated it.
Yeah, this was terrible. It was freaking. The only good part was the potato.
I'd rather have my dad leave again than watch that episode over.
Yeah, it was not as good as the last one of the girl who cried monster. I wonder if she's still crying about him. The only good thing is that Aaron appeared again, and the vampire potato.
The vampire potato is an interesting character.
Yeah, I hope. I know. I'm just glad to know that vampire potato exists in the Goosebumps universe now. So we're giving a ranking of best to worst. Worst to best of all the Goosebumps episode. Is this the worst one we've seen, or better than the last one?
It was terrible. I hated it.
Okay, so this is down. This is under Girl Who Cried Monster. It was nice to have you, Carson. It was like a crossover episode of all our podcasts.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
So the next one we're gonna be watching is Say Cheese and Die. It's gonna be a good one. I've heard this is
I've heard of that one. I hear it's a pretty good anime.
Next podcast I do with you is going to be about
lollies
and lulz.
Can I be in it?
How they're degenerates. Sure, why not, Noah?
Okay, good. I'm one of those two things.
I said your name.
I don't care. My name is literally not. I don't think it's very hard to figure out what it's supposed to be.
Okay. So next time we'll have a special guest, Elijah Ducote, Ooh. Yo, this was the Sponge episode. Hey, yo.
This was the SpongeBob Goosebumps crossover episode. Woo.